us on board. I welcome all of us on board, and hopefully you shall enjoy the session. You shall enjoy the session. So today we are going to look at Hamada's model. Hamada's model. Hamada's model. Hamada's model. This is a very great and interesting concept. A very great and interesting concept. I would request you to. You can't hear. Can't hear. Okay. I would like to request all of us to be attentive and focus. We be attentive and focus. We be attentive and focus. That is maybe one of the requests that I would like us to have this time, so that we will be able to understand. One thing I learned about mind, mind will always capture or will always get something if you are focused. It will always get something if you are focused. So let's focus on this. Let's get the concept. Let's get the concept. And after that, we shall discuss any other thing that is outside the Hamada's model, outside the Hamada's. Yeah. This person cannot see me. Not clear. Oh, okay. Is it the voice or let's before we record this, let's just start. Have that heading, Hamada's model. Maybe to start with a small introduction about what Hamada's model entail. What Hamada's model entail. It's a great terminology. It's a great terminology, and it is an offspring. It is a child of what is known as CAPM. So it's not something that is new. It is an offspring of CAPM and Modigliani and Miller. Just that. When we say it is an offspring, is a child of the two. Is a child of the two. Offspring of Modigliani and Miller. Modigliani and Miller and CAPM Modigliani and Miller and CAPM. The first thing that you have to appreciate is that Hamada's model is just an offspring. Or what can we say? It is derived from the two, CAPM and Modigliani and Miller. The full meaning of CAPM, I know you know it. The full meaning of CAPM is it is capital asset pricing model. That one you have done it. So when we talk about Hamada's model, just take it in your mind that it is an offspring of CAPM and MM. And because you know about the CAPM and MM, it will be easier for you now to capture or to tap this concept of Hamada's model. It will be easier for you to tap this concept of Hamada's model. It's a very easier concept. We find that the concept help us to, you see, we are dealing with the levered farm under the MM, the levered farm under unlevered farm under MM. So you find that Hamada's model, it being a theory or an equation, it will help us to separate the financial risk of a levered farm from the business risk. Financial risk of a levered farm from the business risk. Maybe to ask, what is the difference between financial risk and the business risk? Because that is what we shall be dealing with. You can someone can give us the difference between the two, financial risk and business risk. What is the major difference between the two? Financial risk and business risk. Someone. That's a very straightforward question. Business risk, financial risk. Business risk, financial risk. Anyone with accrue. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So we say that financial risk is avoidable. You can avoid. That is a risk that you can avoid. As Rennie is telling us, is coming from debt. Yes, that risk you can avoid it, because if you fail to borrow, that means you not have that risk, type of risk. Then on the other hand, we have the business risk. That is the risk that you cannot avoid. That is the risk that you cannot avoid. So Hamada's model is trying to help us to know how we can separate that. How can we separate that? How can we separate that? So have that concept in mind. Have that concept in mind that Hamada's model is helping us to separate between financial risk of a levered farm, financial risk of a levered farm, to that from that of business risk, to that of business risk. So let's have something small to help us understand Hamada's model. Just have this. Say that Hamada's equation. Just say this very fast. Hamada's equation. There's no n in this name of Hamada. Hamada's equation. It's an equation used separate we need to separate the financial risk of a rivered farm business risk. Then you continue and say this Modigliani and Miller. Modigliani Miller. Let's call it Modigliani Miller. So that's and Capem. Capital asset pricing model. You say that is the method of analyzing uses additional financial leverage. Just have that in mind. It will help you to understand the topic. To help you to understand the topic. It will help you to understand the topic. So finish up that. Go direct to, there's an illustration I want us to do. An illustration here. Vic and Vic, today you attended don't know whether you are in. Lucy, Ambi, Amba, Aimba, Jacqueline. Yeah, finish up. So that I want us to do an illustration here. You are the Vic. Which class did you attend? It was a medicine class or a law class? Okay, sawa. It's okay. We shall overcome. So, we shall do that question. I've sent that question in the group. Okay, sawa. So, there's a formula here. I want you people to appreciate. So under this, there is no complication. You just need to know some few things. And there's a formula here that I want us to have. Say that Bell is equal to Bell. You put into brackets 1 plus D over E. This one you have to adjust for tax. Highlight this one. Highlight this formula that beta equity, you can write it in full. Beta equity, let me just say where Bell means beta equity of a rivered farm. Then we have Bell, beta equity of unlevered farm. Someone to remind us, D stand for, this is, you're familiar with this part. You're familiar with this part. Yes, debt over equity. Class, this is what you have to appreciate as far as Hamada's model is concerned. This formula is crucial. It's very important. Bell is equal to Bell into bracket 1 plus debt over equity. Then that one you have to adjust for tax. 1 minus tax. And at this point, you know why we are adjusting, because Amada's model is a component of both CAPM and MM. Is a component of both CAPM and MM. Tuko pamoja hadi hapa? Are we together up to this point? Before we go now to an illustration, because I want us to look at an illustration. Good. And to jumpstart our mind kidog a bit, I want us jumpstart our mind a bit with you are given D over E as 0.3. The examiner give you D over E as 0.3. You know how you can get your D. You know how you can get your E. That one I'm sure of. So let's open to that past paper, and we shall start with this question. Number 4D. Question number 4D. This is April 2022. Number 4D. Number 4 dog. April 2022. You must see how these things work, how the examiner will phrase the question. How the examiner will phrase this question. open that question. Open that question. Let's start with the number 4, part D. Is it Viwanda? Yeah, I saw someone saying of Wakaka. These are the things that we use. These are some of the models that we use. Someone to share the question. I think the question is in the group, Varin. So I want to select someone here to take us through very fast. One dog. Is it deal? Not B. Dog. Wani mko pande gani? Question 4, dog. Yeah, this is April. Let's start with the part D. Yeah? And Hamada's model, you cannot miss. Under this concept, you cannot miss 15 to 20 marks. 15 to 20 marks in exam. So, who is this to read for us? Okay. Let me select George T. I have seen George T. I told you that you are seeing Braxcall model. Check. Question number 4D. So George, if your background is okay, you can take us through very fast. George T. You can see George T. Just selecting randomly. Yeah, continue. Viwanda, eh? Is it, yeah, Viwanda manufacturer. Is George lile? George nimeona kama George. I think some people can see Braxco. Oh, you people all have sent a minute. Sawa. No. Okay. Faith. There are 2 Faith. I don't know. Faith, you can take us through. And if your background is not okay, I'll continue. I just read for us. Faith, I don't know which Faith. Yes, continue.
Viwanda Manufacturers Limited, current earnings per share is Sh5. The company has an asset beta of 0.9 and adopts a 40% dividend payout ratio as its dividend policy. The risk-free rate of return is 5%, and the equity market risk premium is 10%. The management of Viwanda Manufacturers Limited intends to undertake a financial reconstruction, which will result in a debt to equity ratio change from 0.15 to 0.30. Debt is considered to be risk-free. Corporation tax applicable is 30%. Required, show the impact of the financial reconstruction of Wakaka of the farm.
Thank you so much, Faith. So class, how to approach this question is a easier method, is a easier way. So the first thing you have to understand is the asset beta given. The asset beta given. When you are given asset beta, I want to go very slow, in a slow mode, so that this is BEU. When you're given asset beta, this is the same as BEU. Asset beta, the same as BEU. Therefore, this is beta equity. The same as beta equity. Better equity. When you are told something there was a change. No, we are changing from, we are trying to separate this company from financial risk to what? From business risk to financial risk, or financial risk to business risk, using the famous Hamada's model. So in this question, the first thing that you have to appreciate, is the asset beta use. What is the asset beta given by the examiner? What is the asset beta given by the examiner? We have 0.9. 0.90. That is very important for us to, first of all, appreciate. Then you have to, first of all, compute before the change. We have to compute the WACC. What is our weighted average cost of capital before the change? Before the change of this restructuring, what is our weighted average cost of capital? What is our weighted average cost of capital? So we are being guided by the information down there. The change of equity. The management of Viwanda Manufacturers Limited intend to undertake a financial reconstruction which will result in a debt to equity ratio change from 0.15 to 0.3. Therefore, what is our debt to equity ratio? Before restructuring. Let me get this one from you, because we need to get WACC before we restructure. So compute WACC, just have this step 1, or it's step 1, because you will be following this process. Computer weighted average cost of capital before financial reconstruction. So you have to take financial reconstruction before financial reconstruction. So what is our equity to beta or debt to equity? Debt to equity is 0.15. So debt to equity ratio is equal to 0.15. Good. If we have debt to equity ratio, can we get the weight? Remember, we need to get the weight of equity, and then we get the weight of debt, so that we can get our WACC, because we have other values. So we said that for you to get a weight of equity or weight of debt is given by D over D plus E. D over D plus E, which will be D is 0.15 over 0.15 plus 1. We said that once you are given such a ratio, there is always an implied one. And that one is equity. So how much do we get as our weight of debt? That is 0.15. Already has it. So this is 13%. Hopefully that is the weight of debt, and the weight of equity is we less from 100%. That will be 87. Weight of equity is equal to 1 minus 0.13. So this will be 87? Yeah, 87 is equal to 8%. First of all, get the first step here. We want to compute the weighted average cost of capital before financial reconstruction. And you see what changed is the ratio, the debt to equity ratio. What changed? What is making all the difference is that change. And you'll see how. So having the weight of debt and weight of equity, it is now possible for us to get the WACC. Know that it's given by weight of equity, cost of equity. Then we have to add a weight of debt, cost of debt. Do we have a cost of debt? Do we have cost of debt? There's something missing. There's something missing. That means Hamada's model will now come here. Hamada's model will now come here. We shall use CAPM. We shall use CAPM. We shall use CAPM. So for us now to compute this, that means we cannot use this model because you can see we don't have a cost of debt. We don't have cost of debt. We don't have a cost of equity. Therefore, Hamada's model inaingia hapa. Hamada's model kwanza inaingia hapa. And we don't have KEL. We don't have KEL. And we know that KEL is given by, how do we get KEL? How do we get KEL? Jacqueline is saying KD is, okay. That one, first of all, let's get our, we use CAPM. We need to get the, to use that formula of CAPM. So to get the KE or the KEL, we shall use CAPM, So CAPM, we know that the formula of CAPM is equal to risk-free. Someone to remind us. Formula of CAPM. You add the ERM minus risk-free. Then this one you have to multiply by your, what do we multiply with? Okay. A minute. I can see a question here. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Aris is thank you, Aris. So yeah, better. The bell. So who is the person who have asked why we are using 0.15. We are using 0.15 because this was what we had, the debt to equity ratio before restructuring, before financial restructuring. We said there will be change of this structure. There will be change of this structure. Therefore, before we had this debt to equity ratio. So for the 0.3 is what we shall use now after restructuring. Hopefully mwenye alikuwa anauliza sawa. Okay, sawa. My own goal. You have a big formula there. Okay, sawa and. So let's look at this formula of CAPM. Bella. Then give me the formula of our Hamada's model. Give me the formula of Hamada's model. I can see this is Mayom, Hamada's model. I want to show you how these two things are relate. Hamada's model, we said, given by Bell. This one you have to add D over A, then 1 minus T. So among the two formulas, class, which formula will help us get what we want? Which formula will help us get what we want? Here we have Bell. This is giving us Bell. Here we have a formula giving us KEL. What do we want? So that we can get our Wakaka? I can see Charity is giving us Hamadas. I want to see more response so that we know which will help us to get to our what we have. Remember we have relay CAPM. Ilikuwa KEL ama Bell. Bell iko hapa. KEL iko hapa. Bell. Sorry. This is a Bell. Get Bell. Yeah. It is Bell, It is Bell. So CAPM to get a cost of capital. CAPM to get cost of capital. Okay. All right. So remember there's something that we have. We have better equity. Okay. And hivyo sasa. Enough. So we have a better equity of unlevered farm. Remember, the first farm is unlevered. Beta equity, we have it as 0.9. It's here, the beta equity. Then, do we have debt over equity? Debt over equity of this farm, we have it. And then our tax is given us 30%. I can see our tax is given as 30%. If you can look at it there, 30%. Therefore, it will be 1 minus. So let's use this Hamada's model formula to obtain, to get our BEL. But you can see as well, CAPM will give us something. But CAPM will help us to get maybe our KEL. Remember, cost of equity of the levered farm is equal to CAPM. CAPM will give us the KEL. So we have 0.9. This one we just add, and we have our D over E, we had 0.15. Then tax will be, in fact, this one, these brackets, sometimes they can disturb. So let's do it that way, because these brackets sometimes can disturb. So have this, 0.9945. Confirmation from another person. BEL 0.99545. Thank you. BEL 0.9945. Class, now we have BEL. This is our BEL. You see, the examiner had not given us that. The examiner had not given us BEL. But from the information that we have, using Hamada's model formula, appreciate this formula and highlight it. This is very important. Using Hamada's model formula, we are now able to obtain our BEL. Hope everyone is able to get this BEL as 0.9945. Is everyone able to get this? Naomi amepata. David. Okay, thank you. Therefore, after this point, remember our objective is to get the weighted average cost of capital, the weighted average cost of capital of this unlevered farm. So what is our next step? Look at what examiner has given us. As examiner given us the expected the ERM. We have ERM. Ama examiner ametupatia nini? No, I cannot see. Examiner has given us risk premium. A great thing to note. Once the examiner gives you the risk premium, you are going to the risk premium. Let me just write it here. Is important. The small things that we ignore, they are the one that cost us. So let's not ignore. Risk premium is equal to ERM minus RF. Always. Once you have risk premium, know that it is this one. It is equal to the ERM minus RM. So the value that we have for risk premium replaces our ERM minus RF. It replaces our yes. Thank you so much. So let's use that to get our AFM. So how much is our risk premium? As given by the examiner? Risk premium tumepewa ngapi? Someone. 10%. We are given 10%. Thank you so much, Nimrod, David. Hope can see we are together. So we are given risk premium of 10%. So to get KEL or cost of equity, we have now to use this. What is our RF? I can see we are given 5%. RF 5%. Then we have to add our risk premium 10%. That in fact that is just we multiply by what we had, 99.45. So this will give us our KEL, before reconstruction. So asset beta is not BEL. Why? Mayom. Okay. Mayom. 13%. 14.94 or 95, 14.95, 14.95%, 14.95%, 14.95%. That is the worker car, yeah, asset beta is equal to BEU. Take note so that you don't confuse. Asset beta, this asset beta is equal to BEU. Asset beta. Need to note that terminology. So this is the KEL. This is the KEL before reconstruction or restructuring. This is the KEL before restructuring. KEL before restructuring. Hope everyone is able to get this. Hope everyone is able to get this. Kila mtu amepata hii? Mary no. Meli and that. So two no. Kindly feed this one. Feed this one into your calculator. Feed this one, Jacqueline, into your calculator. Kindly feed the figures into your calculator. Direct. This is a direct thing. Direct thing. Yeah, Cheryl teach. Thank you. It's a direct thing. So this is our KE. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Okay. Tumesema get this also highlight this one. You know, highlight this one, that list premium, when examiner give you list premium is equal to the ERM minus the RF, which is this one. So this 10% may replace this. Wameshatoa. They had already subtracted. So this is net. This is the net. So this is our cost of equity. Now, with the cost of equity, we can get the worker car. You know that we had the weight of equity. We had 0.87 times the KEL. We have 0.1495. Or you can use it as a percentage if you want. Let's just use it as a percentage here. 14.95%. Then you add the cost of debt. We had 0.13. The person who was asking where did we use that? Then what do we use as our cost of debt? What do we use? Thank you for explaining. Yes, the RF, the reserve free, which is the one that we use, 0.05. So what will be our weighted average cost of capital? Weighted average cost of capital. Yeah, thank you. Yes, alafu multiply by 0. The brackets, take care of those brackets, by the way. Those I pay the bracket, they usually confuse. So how much are we getting as our worker car before we go to 13.65 from Everin? That is before restructuring. 13.65. Someone else to confirm? You just multiply this. You just have to 13.45. Gordon and Everin. The point is tofauti. Subject to debt. Yeah. Subject to tax. Someone is reminding us that we are under Amada's model. Thank you so much. So that this is the one making the difference. 13.13%. I think that that is what all of us are getting. 13.45%. Ama namna gani? 13.45. You getting this? Yeah, 13.45. So 0.05 ni risk free rate. Risk free rate 0.05. Risk free rate. So for the first one, that is it. 0.05. You can as well use 5%. It's the same. Ni same hiyo. Namna gani? So that is it before This is the weighted average cost of capital. Let's see after. I think for the after you can, after restructuring, this one now you can do it. After restructuring, this one you can do it. You can do it. After restructuring, you can do it. Okay, okay, okay. Why are you using the KD? Using 5% as a KD. When you are not given the cost of debt, when you are not given cost of debt, you use risk-free rate. You use risk-free rate. Are you together, Cherotich? Are you together? Use risk-free rate. Use risk-free rate. So let's look at the next one. When now there's this change. So what is our beta? Equity beta, or what is our debt to equity ratio? Debt to equity ratio ni ngapi? Debt to equity ratio ni ngapi? Point something hizo ziko na hela. Debt to equity ratio ni ngapi for the new restructuring? We are told is 0.3. We were told is 0.3. So 0.3. Can you get the weight of debt? Let's get the weight of debt. Weight of debt. WD. Get the weight of debt very fast. Now this one I want you to do so that consider tax before restructuring. Before restructuring. Tax is here. Before restructuring, yeah. Tax. Tax. You just put tax. Tax is there. So hii formula utaongeza tax wakaka 1 minus 3, so that you don't confuse. This was the general, but you have to consider that. So already, okay, you are answering someone. Thank you, Kerubo. So let's get weight of debt for this one. Weight of debt 0.23 given by Joyce. Okay, that's one you just do D over D plus E. And we said that this one is just simple 0.3 divided by that 0.3 plus 1. That one is implied. And you people, you are saying that it is 0.23. Therefore, if that is the weight of debt, I have the weight of equity. And when I have the two, I'm able to continue with the weight of equity is equal to 1 minus 0.23, which will give me 0.77. Thank you so much. Now from there, we just check the question. What did we do in our first instance? You first of all go and compute BEL. You compute BEL using what? Hamada's model. That is the thing. We compute BEL because we don't have BEL. Using Hamada's. Hapa ndio Hamada's inaingilia. So to compute BEL, remember Hamada's model, we know that Hamada's formula, we know that BEL is equal to BEU. Don't ever forget, and don't forget that this BEU, don't forget this is beta asset. BEU. Then this one we multiply by 1 plus D over E, and this one we have them. Then this one is adjusted to tax. Easy bracket, easy. Class, make sure that this bracket is multiplying, the tax is multiplying the debt over equity, not one. E bracket, sometimes it can misbehave, whereby you find that you are taking 1 plus the debt over equity, then you multiply by, it will give you a different figure. Therefore, what was our BEU? Our BEU? Remember, BEU does not change. The BEU will not change. 0.9. Thank you so much. BEU was 0.90. Then 1 plus, what is our D over E? I have it here. I don't want to wait. I want my debt to equity ratio of 0.3. This is simple. This one is simple. And then I multiply this by this bracket. Hey, will okay, that is 1 minus tax was 30%. So let's have the this one for our BEL. Let's have our BEL. 1.089. Thank you so much. 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 So our bell will be 1 point. You see, there is change. There is change. There is change. The bell that we used before is now different from what we are using, and that make all the difference. That make all the difference. So you're saying 1.089, 089, 089. Now, class, from this point, I have bell. I have bell. What do I need next to continue with this question? Remember, our objective is to get Wakaka for this after restructuring. Thank you so much. And which method do I use? I use CAPM to get KEL. Thank you so much. I use CAPM to get KEL. So CAPM, I know CAPM is given by RF, that is this free rate. You add, this one I told you that you can use the risk premium given, or ERM minus risk free. Then you multiply this one by bell. But do we have bell? Yes, we have bell now. Have bell. What don't we have? Remember the figures that we are using, they're the same. Risk free rate, we have 5%. We have 5%. So I have, let me just use the percentage so that we don't confuse. You know, sometimes you wonder now, where are these coming from? But let's use this. So, and then we have our ERM Ningapi, and already has computed ERM Ningapi, all our 10%, of course, we are given the net, and then we multiply this one by what we have here as our bell, 1.089, and Anne is giving us something as 15.589, even Kirumbo, 15.89%. Now we have it. 0.1 Liz. Okay, yeah, that is our ERM net minus RF. Thank you. So is everyone getting this? I want us to continue to the next step. Remember, we need to see the effect of this. The effect of this farm being restructured using the these debt to equity ratio of 0.3. What will be the effect now to the farm? What will be the effect to the weighted average cost of capital of this farm? What will be the effect? That is the essence. What will be the difference? So we have to get our Wakaka now. It is that simple. There's no complication. Just know the two formula. They go hand in hand. Wakaka, KA, and the weight of debt. And we said when you are not given cost of debt, you have to use the risk-free rate. So what is our weight? That's why we are getting this weight of equity. We have this 0.77 times KE. Now we have it as 15.89%, of course. Then you add weight of debt. I have 0.3. I know, no, 0.23. I know some of us have already done it. Then I multiply this one by 5% was our risk-free rate, if I'm not wrong, yes. Then you adjust this one for tax, 0.7. That is 1 minus. Hope it's visible. Hope inaonekana. Already, Gordon. That is very good of you, Gordon. That is very good of you, Lily. Anyone else getting the same? Let's confirm. These people are in different places. These people are in different places and they are getting the same thing. So we cannot deny them that answer. We cannot deny them. That answer belongs to them. Even Kasneb cannot deny you that. That is 13.0. Provided you know the basics, of what is expected, the Kasneb will never deny you. Yes, 1 minus T, and yes, to get that tax. So you see, now you can see the change. The change has brought to a decrease in the cost. It decreased in the cost. Cost of obtaining or cost of restructuring this, it has reduced when you compare to what we had before restructuring. For that, I can see that what did we use as our data to equity ratio? The previous one was 0.15. Yeah, it has reduced by that. The previous one was 0.15 debt to equity ratio. I want you to see the essence, and then this one is 0.3. So that means this debt to equity ratio is higher compared to what we had. So once you increase the debt to equity ratio, you decrease the cost of that you are going to use. Songa, Cherotich, how are you? How are you, Cherotich? Are you done? I want us to do another one. Someone mentioned something. Someone mentioned something. Cherotich, Mariza. Okay. How we compare it? The end, please. Okay. So let's compare it in a good or in a more elaborate manner. So that we understand. So what you're saying here, you see, what we want to do here is to reduce the cost of restructuring. Can see on by. So what we had a cost of weighted average cost of capital before restructuring. Is it restructuring ama namna gani? Restructuring, we had was it 13.45%? That is before. After restructuring, restructuring. Is it really restructuring? Reconstruction, you people. Reconstruction. Before reconstruction. And then after reconstruction. Okay, 13.04%. So can we get the percentage change? Thank you so much. Can we get the percentage change? And remember, for these things, when you are dealing with the percentage, these are non-negativity thing. You don't consider, it shows you maybe the deviation. It shows you if it's a negative 3, it shows you the deviation at the number line. Number line tunakumbuka deviation number line hivi is -1, -2. This 1, 2. Yani, it is just showing you how much has it deviated from 0. So let's see the percentage change. The new is now 13. This is percentage change. You see that for sure we should increase the debt to equity ratio. Will be equal to new. Our new is that one minus order divided by order. Then that one you multiply, it is into percentage. Yeah? Our new is 13.04%, of course, minus 13.45%. Then this one you divide by 13.45%. So whatever that you get is the increase or the change that the debt to equity ratio cost. So how much will this be? Of course, I expect a negative because this value ni kidogo. Of course, I expect a negative. So how much? Napata ngapi? Want us now do another one? Quickly. I like that someone mentioned, okay, negative. So thank you so much. So you just say the deviation is 0.5%. So This is very good. This is very good for a company. This is very good for a company. It has reduced the cost of debt with a 3.05%. Hope the person who was asking umeelewa. You have understood. Are we together? Are we together, class? Are we together up to that point? Kila mtu? Everyone, are we together? I want us to do another one. What about 40 payout ratio? Payout ratio. Hiyo hatutatumia saa hii. Thank you so much. So someone identified a question still in that paper. I think it was don't know. These are bright students, by the way. They identified confusing. That would confuse student. That would confuse student. It was question number. Question, you know, negative. Yeah, you know, yeah, non-negativity. They're saying 1B. Okay. Yeah, I can see this 1B. So this one, I'm the one to read this. Allow me to read so that we go very fast. Dance off. This is a European company. Who agree that? Please elaborate on the 40% dividend payout ratio. So the dividend payout ratio, our good earn, that one we were not to use in this question. We shall find another question. Do you remember? I think in your intermediate level, those are things that you are using. But now in Hamada's model, now you have to advance. You don't use that in this question. Hiyo kwanza it's just padding, Yeah, it was just, question number 1. The same paper. Let's try and finish this. April 2022, question 1. Thank you for the person who identified this. It's testing about Hamadas. Thank you for that person. That is very good. So, allow me to read the question. This question. Dansoft Limited is a juice processing firm which is solely equity finance. The company's board of directors are considering diversifying their operation by entering into the soda processing industry. They are shifting from what they are doing now to a soda processing industry. So they are just changing their business completely. this business completely. So there's that element of change of business risk. There's that element of financial risk. If, for example, in the next company they are going to borrow, if in soda manufacturing, is it processing? Soda processing industry, if they are going to borrow debt, if they are going to borrow, that means now the capital structure change. So additional information, the current unlevered equity beta is 1.4 for Dansoft Limited and 1.5 for the soda processing industry, respectively. The examiner in this point was confusing the student at a higher level, giving you the equity beta for the two. Now you'll wonder which one are you going to use. But let's see what the examiner requires to do so that we know which equity beta we are going to use. The gearing in the soda processing industry is on average 40%. That is the gearing, that is the debt. Hence, the capital structure comprises 40% debt and 60% equity. That is the weight, the structure of this company. The return on market portfolio is 15%. Return on market portfolio is 15%. The risk-free rate is of return is 12%. Debt finance is considered to be risk-free. You see, for the debt, or cost of debt here, examiner ametuambia that we shall use the risk-free. Then the Hamada model should be used to determine the levered equity better. The cost of equity will determine using the capital asset pricing model, CAPM. Corporation tax rate is 30%. Required. Recommend the suitable discounting rate for the new investment in the director if the directors were to finance the new project as follows. A minute, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry for that. You are required to recommend suitable discounting rate for the new investment if the directors were to finance the new project as follows: 20% debt and 80% equity. 2, 50% debt and 50% equity. Hamada's model, that is the formula given, and then that is the question. That is the question. One part B, it is part B, yeah? Part B. So class, where do we start? The first thing you need to determine which beta equity are you going to use. Let me see. Which beta equity are we going to use in this case? Which beta equity are we going to use in this case? And for you to know which beta equity you are going to use, you look at the question. What do examiner require you to do? From the previous question, it is good that we have done another question for comparison. That is Isaac. Another person. This is very critical because once you mess which beta equity you are supposed to use, Joyce, 1.5 being voted twice, Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are going to use beta equity of 1.5 because we have shifted. We are no longer dealing with the company that was before. Yeah. Yes, new investment, soda processing, yeah, 1.5. Therefore, we are not considering the company yenye hatu. We are not now investing in it. We are doing no we are not doing any investment in this first company. Therefore, the 1.4 was there to confuse. Therefore, with that, it's easier for us now to do the question because we have all what it takes. So first of all, you appreciate the formula of Hamada's model. So someone to remind us the formula of Hamada's model without checking anywhere. In fact, this examiner is very good. He has given us, but So we said that Hamada's model is given by this formula is Bell is equal to Bell. This is something that you should always appreciate. Then this one you must adjust to tax. Having that. Thank you so much. So what are we looking at? What do we want to look at in this? When we are writing this formula, what do we want to look at? What is our lookup value? Someone? Bell. Thank you so much, David. So in this case, I can get my Bell very easily because I have our Bell. This is Bell. Can you write somewhere? This Bell is beta equity. Don't forget that Bell is beta equity. So we have 1.5, then 1 plus. Debt of equity tuko na ngapi? for the first company, for the first scenario, let me see who is following this. The first scenario, debt over equity. This it was the juicy part of this question. The juicy part of the question was here now. Debt to equity. Right, students? 1/4. Jacqueline. Naomi 0. I like that. Just state what you can see. Yes, thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Debt to equity. 1/4. Jacqueline, 1 of equity finance. Okay, sawa. So look at Roman number 1. Look at Roman number 1. Roman number 1. Thank you, my home. Thank you so much, Sam. We are told that you give you recommend unsuitable discounting rate for the new investment if the directors were to finance the new project as follows: 20% debt and 80% equity. So debt to equity is 20/80. 20/80. 20/80. Hope you have seen that. And that is where some people are getting 1/4. Sawa. So 1/4. Then our tax was 30%. So that is 1 minus 0.3, of course. So with that, I think you can get. With this, I think you can get what we want. We need to get our bell. Get our bell very fast. Get our bell. Let's get our bell. I want us finish this. This is very important as well. Bell 1.7625. 1.7625. I'll give you the next one to do. Let's get our KEL. Our KEL using CAPM. Use CAPM. KEL is equal to, we say that KEL is equal to RF. Then we add ELM minus risk-free. Then this one we have to multiply by our bell, whatever. That's why we are looking at bell. So that bell, the bell will help us get bell. Bell will help us get bell, and then bell help us get KEL. Mayom, kindly put it. Isaac, okay. Roman number 1. Look at Roman number 1. Sawa. Requirement Roman number 1. Yes. So this one, what is our risk-free rate? Risk-free rate. We are given ngapi. Risk-free rate 12%. So 12% plus our expected return on the market. Return of the market portfolio is 15%. 15%. This one we are given. We are not given premium. Then we less 12%. Then our bell we have 1.725. Yeah. So what is our KEL? Cost of equity. Cost of earn or KEL 17.29. 17.29%. 17.29. Thank you so much. That is our KEL. Now, with that, can you get weighted average cost of equity? Remember, weighted average cost of equity. Once you are told to give a suitable discounting rate, can you put it? If you have a hard copy, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure that you don't have a hard copy, but write somewhere. That weighted average cost of capital is equal to what examiner is asking you here to give a suitable discounting rate. Suitable discounting rate. Najua huyo examiner, they just check what name are we going to use to confuse the student. What are we going to do? What are we going to do to make that this student does not understand? And then they come up with such a thing. And what they want is wakaka. So can you get the wakaka? Get the wakaka. The wakaka. We have everything. Wakaka. Weight of do we have weight of equity? Weight of debt, cost of debt. This one we have to adjust for tax. Yes, we have everything. We have everything. Have this. Give us this. Give us this. But here, you just replace weight of equity. We have weight of equity tumepewa pale. We are told that it's 80%. So wakaka will be 0.8 or 80% times whatever that we have as our KL, 17.29%. Then we have to add cost of weight of debt. Weight of debt we are given. We are told to use. We are told to use the risk-free. Thank you so much. I can see Mayom. Thank you. Yes, that is it. You're told to use the risk-free. Our risk-free was 12%. Then no. Okay, it's okay. I multiply by 0.2. Then I multiply this by 0.7. So what is our suitable discounting rate? Discounting rate? Gordon is giving us that. Someone else to confirm this. Someone else confirm whatever Gordon is giving us. 15.51.5. Thank you so much. No one can deny that. 15.51. Now, class, up to that point, can you do now number two? Roman number two. Do number two. Get in the next 5 minutes, do Roman number 2 and test your understanding. Is that okay? We try that. Is that okay? We try that. Roman number 2. Yes. Kindly. Where are we using the gearing of? Where are we using? Update. Some things are put in the question to make sure that you are drawn or you are put under the bus, as Dr. Ura usually say. Some things are put there. Why are we adjusting our for tax? Okay, Losakumu, a very nice question. A very nice question. We said that in Hamada's model, this is an offspring. It is a hybrid of CAPM and MM proposition. And remember, anywhere you hear of MM proposition, there must be tax. There must be tax. Rose, are we together? Anywhere you hear that MM is there, tax, you must adjust for tax. And that is laws. So Mayom got it. How we get 1/4? Okay, Nyakude, a good question. Thank you for asking. 1/4 is 20/80. 20/80. Roman number 1. We are told that the debt to equity. You see this debt to equity ratio. So it's 20/80. Just cancel this one. Together. Okay, we are doing Roman number 2. Just complete Roman number 2. Then give us the what you are getting as the answer. Then we compare notes. I would wish everyone to attempt that. I would wish. Jacqueline, the first one. I'm just looking at it. Jacqueline has it as a 14 point. Let me write it somewhere. In the process. And remember, lile bell itakuwa ina percentage. Hapana, usiweke percentage. Not in percentage. Bell iko studying hivyo peke yake. Beta equity. Beta equity iko standing. No percentage. I can see David. David ako in the process. Sasa pole. 17.4 wakaka. Isaac. Okay. Thank you so much, Liz. Mayom. 19.5. Okay. I got now 14.03 Billy. Naomi, thank you so much. Hamada's model is very interesting. CAPM, that one got take up. That means that is scale. That is scale. Correct scale. You eat David, correct scale. Yeah, you use CAPM to get scale. Kindly. If there's somewhere we wrote that is CAPM you're getting, use scale. Please find time for APV like question 1, okay. Yeah, Rose, first of all, concentrate. Yeah, let's focus. I'll check. First of all, get this. Yeah, Kel, 19.65, 14. D already got the 14.03 from various students. Thank you, Lile. Kel. This is very good. Okay. Wakaka, okay. Now they are getting it. Now they are getting. And remember, these people are in different locations. Remember, these people are in different. You cannot deny these people. You cannot deny these people. The marks. You cannot deny them. You cannot. Why now deny? You cannot deny them. These people are, some are in Lodwar, some are in South Sudan, others are in Rwanda. But they are getting the same thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. MSA ni wapi? Well, Kerumbo. Where is the MSA? MSA, sawa. So, Mwingi, okay. Thank you, Mombasa, Pwani, but they are getting the same thing. So no one will deny that. No one will deny you what you will get. What belongs to you, belongs to you. What belongs to you, belongs to you. Kisumu, Europe. Yeah, that is Europe. A very good city. Marine, Europe. 17. Okay. Wakaka. Okay. Isaac. Okay. Isaac, what did you get as your Kel? No, the difference for there. What did you get as your Kel? Your Kel. This hapa hivi. Because 19.65. Then after you get your Kel, ukipata you just replace. And remember, this one you are using this free rate, and this one is 0.7. Wait you have. Nachap is referring something. Sasa ukichagua long bell, say 1.4, unakosa. Yeah. In fact, that one take you out of the bus. So Nachap, just check. We multiplied. Remember, under Hamadas, under this model, remember tax. Remember. So you can see Jacqueline Oronyo is also getting 14. So let's do it. We compare notes of what we have. So we are told that it is Roman number two. Given that 50% debt, then 50% equity. Roman number 2. We have 50% debt. Then and 50% equity. 50-50. So this one, I know my weight of equity, weight of debt is 0.5. Weight of equity is 0.5. You see, that is the first thing I have to appreciate. And then I follow my formula here. Okay, Kirumbo. I'll do that. So weight of debt is equal to 0.5, as well as weight of equity is equal to 0.5. Why? If you apply our formula, you find that it will give you half. Paul. So what is the bell for this? Bell still is 1.5. Bell is still 1.5. So first of all, we appreciate this formula to get a bell is equal to bell 1 plus D over A, and this one. Now remember here, this bracket, the tax is multiplying the debt times over equity. This one. Because once you mess here, you find that you get different answer. 1 minus T. So let's have 1.5 here, then 1 plus our debt to equity ratio is, tuko na ngapi? kuna ngapi? 0.5 debt and 0.5 equity. This one I multiply by 0.7, 1 minus 0.3. So these people were giving me something here. How much do we get this? How much are we getting as our BEL? Our BEL 2.55. Thank you. 2.55. Now, when I have BEL, I can use CAPM to get CAL. I know CAL is equal to CAPM to get CAL, risk-free rate. Then I add my ERM. This one you should sing them. You sing them like a chorus. Risk-free. And then you adjust this one for you multiply by BEL. Not adjusting for tax. That one. What's the difference between weights and gearing ratio? Butisa, Butisa sawa. We shall look at that. Let's first of all get our KL here. Let's first of all get our KL. So let's spread it. We have 12%. I can see we have 12%. I use this side, 12%. 12%. I add my ELM. I can see ELM, I have 15%. Of course, whatever that changes is BEL. Minus 12%. Then we have a BEL of 2.25. So what is our KEL? What is our KEL? What is our KEL? Our KEL here. Our KEL here will be equal to, our KEL is equal to, what's our KEL? What's our KEL? Okay, sorry. Me look at my battery. Okay, so with what we have, we can now get our 19.65. 19.65. Thank you. And then now we can get our weighted average cost of capital. And this one you can say that of equity, cost of equity plus weight of debt, cost of debt, adjusted to tax. Don't forget. This one is weight of we had 0.5 times cost is this one, KE. And then you add weight of debt still was 0.5, 50%, 50% or a half. Then we multiply by 12%, our risk-free rate. Then this one you adjust to 1 minus 0.3, just to 1 minus 0.3. So this is what you are getting as 14.025. Not wrong. 14.0. What have you noted? If this company, if the company use this debt to equity ratio of 20% debt, and 80% equity. If the company use 20% debt and 80% equity, the cost will be higher. We got a cost of 15 points. If the company, this is how you analyze. By the class, to get more, to get the attention of the examiner, can you put everything that you know in that paper? Come and tell the examiner here that when debt is low, and vice versa, and vice versa. When debt is high, cost is low. You can see we had a debt of 20% debt and 20% debt and 80% equity. So this one gave us WACC of 15.51%. That is the cost. Then when we have 50% debt, you can see the debt has increased, and 50% equity, our WACC was 14.03%. So the moment you increase debt, you find that the cost of capital reduces. The cost of capital reduces. And once you reduce cost, what happened to the profit? What happened to the profit? No, the objective of every company or every organization is to maximize profit. It's maximize its wealth. Therefore, once you minimize, you maximize on debt. When you maximize on debt, that means you are maximizing on profit. Maximize debt, you are maximizing on profit. But remember, this is falling under the basis of where we say that interest on debt is tax allowable. Is tax allowable. It reduces the taxable amount or taxable income. That is the advantage of having debt in your capital structure. The advantage of having debt in your capital structure, because you find that debt interest that is attached, it is not taxable. It is not taxable. Unlike equity, you expect to pay these people, the shareholder, they expect at the end of the year, they expect dividend. They expect dividend from that profit. Therefore, reducing your profit. So that is the essence of all these things. That is the essence of all these things. That is it about the Hamada's model. Make sure that you find other questions to practice. And under this topic, I've seen some people mentioning some subtopics of the concept. But what we expect under the topic, hopefully we have covered. There's a question that was tested in August 2020. Oh, this is the paper, by the way. No, this was for April, August 2022. That was about the bodily financing, bodily funding, or refinancing. So this one, it was tested, but we shall maybe look at it in our next class, though we shall not maybe advise you to put more effort or more weight on that. First of all, understand Hamadas, understand the Modigliani and Miller, understand the net income, then understand net operating income. Those concepts are very important. Those are very important. Okay, I've seen Everina mentioning something very important. Anne is also saying September 2021 question 2B. And it's talking about what? So probably in our next class, that is Friday next week, we can look at the bodily financing. Okay, so people can attempt that. September 2021 question 2B. That is very good of you, Anne. September 2021 question 2B. People can attempt that, and maybe you compare in your groups and in your discussion group. September, make sure that umeiva. This one is a must. You get it, September 2021 question 2B. This one. So this is the assignment. Are we together? Thank you so much. I was testing something. I was testing something. So it is 2021. So therefore, during exam, be very keen, be very keen. Be very keen. Examiner can use something to make sure that confuses you. So let's try this. So there's something somebody has mentioned about the, yeah, it is 2021. I was just trying to see whether you people you can identify the figure. So someone is mentioning something to do with something to do with the break even. The break even. I'll look at a question. In our next class, I'll look at a question on Hamadas or still August. That's okay, Mary. Breakpoint, yeah, breakpoint. So next class, we shall look at a breakpoint. Remember, I've told you that this one came in August. Therefore, we shall not put more weight on this. We shall not put more weight on this. We shall not put more weight on this. So next time, we shall look at breakpoint. And remember to do even August 2022 question 2A. This is very good. August 2022 question 2A. Yeah, compare with your friends. Make sure that you do and compare with your friends. Make sure that you revise, sing these things, sing these things, and then remember that Wakaka, once the examiner tells you the suitable discounting rate, remember the examiner wants you to compute the Wakaka, the weighted average cost of capital. Up to now, you know how to get the weight of debt using the simpler way. Weight of debt, you say is debt of a day of plus one. That way. Make sure that everything is question number 1. Okay, the one you are saying of is it AP? Risk-free rate is the same as the cost of debt. Okay, once the examiner has not given you the cost of debt, you use the risk-free rate. These are very good question, Naomi. Also, Everine is telling us, so Rose, are you saying about the question number 1, 2020, April 2022, Rose. Mayom, can you first of all attempt? Okay, sawa. I'll look at it and then create time and we see. But you can first of all attempt it. Okay, you tried sometimes back. Try it again, Mayom. Try it again. Remember, practice, make perfect. Practice, make perfect. And we should not be recording now. In fact, we should be winding up. We should